All right, so come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. And if you're here for Crosswordland, don't hit the back button. We're just subbing for him today. Everything's cool. No, nothing to freak out about. I'm not as pretty as he is, and I get that. But nevertheless, if you've been around this channel a while, you've probably seen me subbing before. And so, well, anyway, we're just glad to be there for you guys. And just want to say to all of the Wind Down community and the Crosswordlands community, it is Saturday. It is my favorite day of the week to solve. I am just terribly excited to be here, to be doing this. We're in the middle of just opening the grid up a while ago, and my keyboard started going haywire, so I had to kind of restart and reset here. But nevertheless, it is a gorgeous Saturday here in Germany. I mean, it's cold and it's rainy, but that's what you expect, right? A little bit of solver's courage. So, well, at Wind Down, we are here at 1,213 solves for the day. Our wind down word of the day is amatorculist, and this is a little insignificant lover, a pretender to affection. But in my opinion, it feels like we finally have a word for that terrible ex. So how awesome is that? Amatorculist. On this day in 1415, the Battle of Agincourt, and that was Henry V that was victorious with his longbowmen against the armored knights of France. Another one that we see so often in the grid here is in 1875. We had the first performance of Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto No. 1 that was played in Boston, and it's going to ask, as you know, so it was in the key of B flat minor. And on this day in 1978, the debut of the movie Halloween came out, and I think we can all remember Jamie Lee Curtis. If we were alive, I know I was like 4, 5 years old. Oh, no, maybe I was 6, but this is back then. So, and today, happy birthday to, in 1838, the French composer was born, Georges Bizet. In 1881, Pablo Picasso was gifted upon us all. In 1984, Katy Perry came into the world, and 1 year later on the same day, Ciara. So, can't beat that for a little history. So I just have to love it, right? Here we go. All the things that are relevant to us to solve. Those of us who love languages and love mysteries, love vocabulary. So straighten up my posture and let's hop into our grid here. So we have a Saturday, October 25th construction by Byron Walden. And let's try to get into this again and hopefully no more keyboard issues. So calendar month between Shaban and Shawwal, and that is Ramadan. And some solid marks. Okay, yeah, we got a tough grid here. I've spent a lot of time in the Middle East. That was helpful. Now let's see what we got. Sharp blow to the chest. No idea. Here's the hard truth. Yeah. God, I can put a couple of things in here. Let's see, 46 years. Sudden movement. Runs superbly. Maybe hums. Hums right along. Let's see if we get anything else to anchor us. 1982, U2 hit inspired by German reunification. That's right, that was 1. Gosh, I remember that. And my cousin Annette was living on the other side of the East German Wall. She was telling me, I think she was 17, 18 years old when the wall came down. It was a different world altogether for her. So glad that she got out of there. Everything went back to normal. Reunification took place, and she met and married my cousin Rolf. So, a financial reporter. Let's see, sharp blow to the chest. This might be a shot. I don't know what kind of shot, though. Sudden movement. Staple in a poke bowl would probably be ahituna. So, sudden movement could be a start, maybe. Titular figure in a scandalous John Singer Sargent portrait, and that would be Madam X. I have seen that. It is remarkable. But if you want to know what's scandalous about it, you have to read up on the history, because there's not much scandalous in the portrait itself. Maintains, maybe avers. So let's see. Negative impression. Okay, it's got to be a dent. That's clever too. So far, Byron Walden, I am loving this grid. It is being knocked out of the ballpark as far as I'm concerned up here in the northwest corner. Sports.org in the 2024 Film Challengers, and I haven't got a clue. I've never seen it, don't know what it's about. Longship Builders could be Norseman. So, okay, I think this might be, I have to be honest. To be honest. And I really don't know if this is a sharp blow. Is that a rib shot? I mean, I guess that your chest is kind of protected by the rib cage. 46 years. Is this a Biden presidency? Especially gratifying, so to speak. Intoxicates. Some solid marks. Blank Farnsworth, inventor dubbed the father of television, would be Philo. And I honestly don't know if he pronounced it Philo or Philo, but I don't know, I kind of like Philo. Pinched could be to have stolen something. Stop that, man. Okay, especially gratifying, so to speak. This, I mean, it looks like it could be better than sex. Okay. Well, let's check it out. Let's see what we got. Let's go with some shorter ones just to see what we might be doing here. So, Busby Berkeley musical film that introduced I Only Have Eyes for You. Watch him up. Let's see, bug. Could be to get to. Intoxicates. Ooh, besotts. To keep that in mind. My darling, you leave me besotted every time. Every time. And I do. I think this is the Biden presidency. So, okay. Oh, I like it. I do. Treasure Hunter's Find could be load. What's going on up here? Why do we have a B and a P? Oh, some solid marks could be B pluses. Well, I'll tell you what. That freaked me out for a second. Let's see. I don't like that. La Une, leading Belgian French language TV channel. As a matter of fact, you can get it here in Germany all over. Yep. Depends on what your satellite provider is, but it's actually it's actually a pretty cool show, a pretty cool network. Mocap suit components could be sensors. I mean, I'm fairly certain they are. Blank Maroney, Gotham City mobster in the DC Comics universe. I would have a clue. So, break character. And slender hospital tools. I think these may be stylets. Pretty crew. I'm assuming this is a Sal Maroney. I mean, stylets, by the way, very important in the whole intubation thing. You kind of gotta have them. It's narrow for a reason. You're trying to guide things down a windpipe, and you know, it's I think we got stylets there. Let's see. Word on either side of against. Okay. Eastern lines. I'm gonna say hope against hope. I mean, I don't know for sure. Then this tells me a break character could be an escapee. That's kind of fun. Printing mark whose name is from the Latin for is lacking, and that would be a carrot. You know, where you put that little arrow in between, like, say, two words or something like that to indicate that another word needs to go in there or something like that, or you draw those long, awkward lines to an actual sentence you've written out, and yeah. Eastern lines, I'm wondering. Balances. British slang for police car. That would be a panda. A panda. They might go faster with zinc. I don't know. Balances could be poises. So eastern lines, aha! We have a haiku, I think. You've called it a bad time. Looks like I can't talk. Well. I'm just wondering if that's what you say to the future amatorculist in your life. I mean, I don't know. This is a bad time. Jim's here. You know, I mean, maybe colds go faster with zinc. It sure seems like that might be the case. Shiva, for one, would be a Hindu god. And application for smoother shifting. No idea. 24 Cross co-producer whose name is the song title spelled backward. Well, okay, we have Brian Eno. Of course he had something to do. He had a hand in everything, it seems. Now he's known as the father of ambient music, so good stuff. Naive looking in a way. Oh, that could be... doe-eyed? I don't know. I'm thinking. You've got that. This is doe-eyed. Doe eyes? Yeah, I mean, kind of an ingenue, innocent, I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to even begin that. Seat fillers could be butts. We need to promptly check that, though, because, again, we have no idea. Core supporters, application for smoother shifting. Maybe a gearbox, maybe gear oil. So maybe the bass, even or nearly so at Wimbledon. How about on serve? So scuffled and dialect and wrestled. Oldest four-letter papal name, and I'm assuming we're talking about Pope Pius the First through the 30th or something. Yeah, a lot. Where gold beaver coins were used as currency. So if I had to guess, this is probably going to be the Northwest Territory somewhere. I think Oregon State Beavers, the whole thing. I'm sure, maybe who knows, we'll see. I feel like we have a territory here, so let's just put that in and see if it does anything for us at all whatsoever. So, improviser at a workbench could be a tinkerer. Well, that's not an awkward thing to say, is it? Early major producer of vacuum tubes. Also, I think one of the first owners of NBC. Something like that. So yeah, I'm feeling like we have a territory here. So let's see. Combinations with numbers and sets could be bands. That's clever. Brand for which General Foods distributed orange-handled coffee pots to restaurants. Do you want a Senka? Yeah, why not? Transaction with no money down. Looks like it could be a barter. I like it. Leader of the Afrofuturistic Jazz Collective Orchestra for almost 4 decades, and I think that's Sun Ra. I don't know for sure, though. Shot putter. Well, I'm married to one of these. She's pretty good at putting those shots in arms. Greenhorn, and formerly I'm going to go with a noob, fully expecting that it could be an EW in here. I'm very well aware of that. And so, okay, I think we've got the Oregon territory. And I do believe I feel comfortable enough putting Sun Ra in. Not to be confused with the sun god Ra. Call in a card game. I don't know. Let's see. Green suit. Aha! It could be a junior executive. So maybe the call is Jen. And pricey catering option could be an open bar. Okay, I'm looking just to make sure I didn't, blatantly fat finger something. It doesn't mean that I'm going to know if I did or not. I'm just looking to see if maybe I did. I don't want to have to be searching around later. Cursed vibe. Could this be some bad mojo? We've all felt that at one point or another. Ferrer, who co-starred in War and Peace 1956, and I do believe that's Mel, I think. I couldn't pick him out in the lineup. But I do remember names, stuff like that. So, call at the plate. Can't film batter up. Let's see. Heads. Suffix meaning rule. How about Archie? Done up dues. Probably looking at galas here. And very iffy could be dicey. So I guess a financial reporter could be a tax filer. Suspect, sus, maybe fishy. Very nice. And this is a fabulous grid. Yeah, and it's a challenging one at that. I mean, this is not like just this ain't gonna be some easy little walk in the park here. This is a crazy good grid. Heads could be bosses. I'm loving that. Geometry term from the Greek for uneven could be scaling. Climax of operational planning could be D-Day, and call it the plate. Order up. Order up. Very nice. Let's see. How do we do, Bob? What a fabulous grid. I mean, really, what a fabulous grid this was. I am so impressed with this one. Byron Walden, bravo! This was fabulously done. Yeah, super lucky on the Ramadan thing up front. Usually that's going to be something that, well, let's face it, probably to most people that would be a little out there. But otherwise, no, wonderful. Solid marks, B pluses, I have to be honest. And, that's one of those... That's one of those phrases that you actually expect honesty once you get told that. Look, I have to be honest. That's like, okay, honesty's coming versus, look, I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, now you're about to lie to me, right? That kind of stuff, right? You know what I mean? But this was really good. I think Biden presidency, pretty clever indeed. I love the Norseman coming through. Of course, this whole thing, I can't talk. And we just had for our word of the day, the amatorculist. It was just kind of funny, right? Oregon Territory Junior Executive, very clear there, and I just love this wrastled, because I remember when that's what people would say in Texas, wrestling's on Sunday afternoon, I gotta be home early from church, kind of a thing. So just a beautiful, beautiful grid all the way around. There is zero question in my mind. This was absolutely fabulous. So very, very well done, Byron Walden. Chin chin. Let's bring down our bannière d'adieu. And I just want to thank everybody for being here, and on both of our channels, Crosswordland and on here at the Wind Down. If you could hit the like button and subscribe, we'd both appreciate it, right? It's a cool thing. Love having everybody here to help us solve. It kind of gives us a boost, gives us a little bit of purpose, and really, at the end of the day, what do we do, right? We explore history, we explore knowledge, we explore the arcana of everything around us on a regular basis, and that's what makes this such a great community. Both of our communities are just amazing, and that's why Crosswordland and I have teamed up, and we'll always we'll sub for each other and whatever. He and I are completely different personalities, I get that, and he likes to speed through a crossword. I'll sit and savor every word and take my time and tell a story about it and what have you if something does cross my mind. But at the end of the day, it's about loving language, and it's about loving knowledge, and it's about being stronger and understanding more than we did before, and that's what makes this so incredibly important. So until we see you tomorrow for that ginormous Sunday grid, and it's going to be a big one. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, arrivederci, que tengas uno lindo días, masalama. Be well out there. Take care of yourselves, please. Take care of your friends and your neighbors and your family. But most importantly, take care of your mother. And after that, be nice to immigrants and strangers. You meet that person with that strong, thick accent. Just remember, that's a very brave soul trying to create a new life at a better place for themselves. And that takes valor, right? So until tomorrow, for the Sunday Grid, be well. Cheers.